It's Pico, he's a radical star. Down the microtech slopes, he shreds the gnar. It's Pico, he's your new best friend. He'll be your penguin-y bud until the end.
It's Pico, he's a radical star. Down the microtech slopes, he shreds the gnar. It's Pico, he's your new best friend. He'll be your penguin-y bud until the end. It's Pico, he's a radical star. Down the microtech slopes, he shreds the gnar. It's Pico, he's your new best friend. He'll be your penguin-y bud until the end.
Hey everybody, this is Minion Soldier, and this is the Piracy Show. Now on today's show, we're going to be dealing with the descent into space madness, the losing of oneself's sanity, watching Star Citizen be developed. Now, I kind of consider myself to be somewhat immune to a lot of the greater anger that develops. And certainly, I mean, they picked the perfect name for the forums on the RSI website, Spectrum, because it is quite a spectrum of characters over there, and certainly in the YouTube comments and things like that. And of course, you know, when you look at something like, let's say, the deal where you get the Cutlass with LTI and the Rock with LTI, viewed individually and looking at it versus the pricing of other ships in the game, it is a deal, right? But of course, other people are like, oh my god, blah blah blah, Star Citizen's a scam, and you know, what the hell, and people get mad, right? And they get angry. And that's, you know, Star Citizen's development is what it is. It's going to be what it's going to be. It's gonna succeed or it's going to fail. I mean, that is a given. And, you know, we can talk about things and we can discuss things. And I'm going to illustrate with a point right now, as if we were doing just a normal piracy show. So where are we right now? We're in grimhex. And the reason why I'm using this footage or reusing and inserting the beginning of the footage that I've already used in a video is because here we are, we're in grimhex, we're in a caterpillar. This is a unique situation that has developed in 310. Prior to this, if you wanted to bring a caterpillar to grimhex, you could, but you couldn't park it there. You couldn't unload cargo. So this is a new opportunity for us. And this is something that we've been waiting for a long time. Not too long ago, I did a video where I showed people how to glitch into grimhex to kind of see the beginnings of where this place might be. But, you know, we've talked about larger ships being able to land at grimhex. We've rumor mongered it. We've, you know, discussed it ad nauseum for years, even prior to 3.0, even going back into 2.0. Oh, what if that door is actually a landing bay? Oh yeah, and today now it is, right? And that's really cool. There's a lot of room for growth in the Crusader planetary system within the larger Star Citizen solar system. Now, unfortunately, Star Citizen's development has kind of gone in a bit of a different direction. We've kind of added planets like Microtech, Arcorp, Lorville, largely planets that I would say, who cares? So what? It's just a new place to shop. It's a new place to park your ship, but you don't really do anything when you're there. And to be perfectly honest, from my point of view, I don't feel that those planets should rightfully exist right now, because from my feeling, from my perspective, when I was talking, you know, in an earlier video about are we sure that the servers can even handle this, currently it doesn't seem like they can. And the fact that the solar system has been expanding hasn't really, I think, done anything for game stability. And in fact, I would argue that had we stayed just within the confines of the Crusader planetary system within Stanton and iterated on things instead of doing landing sites and all these other things and all these other planets, and if we had done things like medical gameplay, improved cargo gameplay, salvage, tractor beams, actual piracy, things like that, if we had all iterated all in this or within the confines of just the Crusader planetary system, which includes, Crusader, Chelon, Yella, and Daymar, I think we'd be in a lot better place in terms of game stability, and we would have a lot better grip on what's going on in the game and what is good, what's bad. And I think that constantly fixating on, oh no, it's a new patch, we gotta have a big new feature. No, you don't really need to have a big new feature. Right now, you just need to develop on core game mechanics, right? And that's something that I think is a fairly easy argument to make with a lot of people. I mean, you think about any single one of these moons within this planetary system, the physical land space of any of these moons more than dwarfs anything that has existed in any traditional terrestrial MMO. There's plenty of real estate here for everyone that plays Star Citizen right now. There are plenty of things to do here. There's plenty of places to visit, and some people might say, "Oh no, but I want ArcCorp, and I want I want Lorville, and I want Microtech." Sure, fine, but what we could actually be in a state where we have all these mechanics in the game. Yeah, we're in a smaller, more limited space, but when things like Lorville, ArcCorp, and Microtech arrive, maybe they arrive at a time when CIG now has OCS all figured out and they have server meshing all figured out, and then we can properly benefit from all that added experience, all that added kind of back-end support to kind of prop these things up. As it stands right now, there is no reason for ArcCorp to exist, because apart from saying, well, you can only buy these certain items at these certain shops, there's really no reason to go there. There's nothing there. What, one mission? Oh, I get to do one, maybe two missions for Trisha Pacheco, and then I never see her again? Fantastic. Great. Let's build a whole planet based on one mission giver and some unique shops. There's nothing there to really necessitate it existing when core game mechanics are kind of being left out. And all that development time could easily have gone into, said core game mechanics. And that would be my argument. So what I'm trying to illustrate is, like, this is kind of the point where we go, this is where I think things should go. And this is kind of where you get off the bus intellectually, and you kind of go like, okay, I agree. They're going in a bit of a different direction. Maybe I'm idealizing my own point of view. Maybe I'm wrong. Possible. And other people will comment on the video and they'll say, I disagree with you, I agree with you, whatnot. And growth or learning is achieved, and maybe I walk away with something, maybe you walk away with something, who knows. But if you kind of stick on these points and you kind of stay on that hamster wheel, it's like, why are they doing this? I don't know, this is dumb, oh my god, Chris Roberts is crazy, and you start to you start to kind of like wind that spring up more and more and more, and every chance you talk about Star Citizen, you're like, oh my god, this is so dumb. Oh my god, why are they doing this? And why didn't they do that? And blah, 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 blah. You start to go to a pretty dark place. And I think many of us kind of recognize that place. Now, there are times in Star Citizen's development where we can certainly say, what were they thinking? I mean, when we all saw that rock video and they were talking about, well, our first thought was that you would go out and pick up the rocks by hand. How was that ever on the table, right? We're all kind of like laughing and looking at that and going like, what were you thinking? Really? No, of course not. Who would want that? Who would pay for that? That's stupid. And we can sit here and go like, what were they thinking? And we can, when we can kind of laugh at it, but obviously they took a better course. Sometimes stuff like that kind of gets through the filter and it gets to the live game, and then we kind of sit here and we make videos and we talk about stuff and we go like, What are you thinking with this? Don't do this, do that. This is easier. It's better for everybody. You know, certainly like the argument that I made about the Stanton system just a moment ago. This could work so much better for us, and this could put us in a much healthier place. And you know, and that's kind of where you want to fall. That's kind of the area that you kind of want to fall into. But if you get to the point where you're kind of sitting there and just going, oh, it's just a scam. Well, if it's just a scam, then okay. Turn around, walk away, man. Cyberpunk 2077 is coming up soon. You know, there's plenty of other good games to play out there. Just leave it all behind. Just say, it's a scam. Walk away. Right? It may end up failing. I don't think it's a scam. It may end up failing. That's a possibility, but it may end up succeeding as well. And that's just the way that it is. I mean, the point of like having a conversation about these things, the point of talking about them is to kind of look at, you know, what are people's different ideas for solutions? What are different courses that we could take? Where are we at now? What do we got to watch out for? What, you know, what might be a problem with this ship? What might be a problem with that game mechanic? Things like that. That's like meaningful conversation. But if you're just like, wow, I just got to find every opportunity to just say it's a scam, by the way, it's a scam. You're an idiot. Well, okay. Wouldn't it then, like, what are you achieving by doing that? You know, you're just wasting your own time. If it's a scam, just walk away. But, you know, people get angry and they want to get out there and vent their spleen at everything. And it's just like, sorry. I'm here because I'm hoping that this is going to turn out to be a good game, and maybe I can nudge it in the right direction. I'm sure a lot of people feel the same way.
Thank you for watching. So if you want to keep up with the latest and greatest in Star Citizen and Squadron 42's development, please follow us on our social media channels. See you soon.